Silver bells, silver bells. Often when I hear that song, I think, who is ringing silver bells? I've never seen silver bells ringing in the city around here. Maybe that used to happen. Anyway, I guess there's silver bells ringing somewhere saying Happy Christmas. Today's Friday. It's a very busy day. It's the last day of school for, I think, like 19 days. Yay! And all the school Christmas parties are today, so I'm excited. One class had an ornament exchange. The other class has a book exchange. So I've just taken care of that, brought all the things I signed up for, doing all my motherly duties. And I'm fixing to jet off to do more things to get everything ready for all the stuff that's going on. So tonight is the youth party. You're meeting here at the church, I believe, and then you will go on your scavenger hunt and end up safely at the mayor's house this evening. Tomorrow's the progressive dinner and also the shopping deal. I've already announced that a bunch of times. I'm trying to go fast today because do you ever feel like whatever you're doing, you need to be doing something else, something more important? I do that all the time. I'm like, well, what could I be getting done while I'm doing this? But if I was doing that, then I wouldn't be getting this done. And anyway, maybe I'm just like crazy. But the only time I don't feel like that is when I'm at church and worshiping, and then I know that's where I need to be, and there's nothing more important I can do. And I'm not just saying that to be all spiritual. I really, I feel good when I'm in the house of the Lord doing what I need to be doing. But as far as just detail things in life, I always worry that I'm prioritizing wrong and trying to get other things done. But my husband has taught me and pounded into my head that there's nothing more important. I mean, he will not do anything, start his day and do anything without going to prayer first. And I really admire that about him. And I have to admit I'm guilty of rearranging things and putting other things first quite often and get to it later in the day. And I think, man, if I just would have started out the right way, it would have been so much better. And there's really no more valuable thing you can do with your time than spend it with the Lord in prayer, because really, if you don't get your mind in the right state, then you misinterpret things all day. Just ask the Lord to clean out your heart every morning and communicate with Him and ask Him to prioritize your day, and you'd be surprised all the things that'll flood into your mind. My husband actually teaches that when you're in your morning devotion and you're praying, it's not a bad idea to keep a list and a piece of paper and a pen next to you. And as you're praying, your mind begins to get distracted with things that you ought to be doing. You ever do that? Like, oh, Jesus, help me today. Oh, I need to go pick up that thing. And, oh, yeah, I got to call that person. And as those things are coming to your mind, stop, write them down, and go back to prayer. Don't stop what you're doing and go do that thing, but just write down, oh, yeah, that's what I need to do. Because that's the Lord bringing order and prioritizing your day and bringing things to your mind. And it's not a bad thing. Don't feel bad when that happens. Just write it down. And a lot of times the Lord will quicken someone to my heart, or, oh, I need to call so-and-so, or follow up on them. But if I stop praying and I go do that, then I will have missed the rest of my prayer and whatever else the Lord was prompting me to do. So just carry a little notebook with you, and as you're thinking of the things you need to do, stop by the store and buy that. It doesn't have to be spiritual things, but you just jot them down, and when you're done praying, then you can go take care of the things, the to-do list that the Lord gave you. So that is not even remotely what I was planning to talk about, but I never really planned to talk about anything, so here we go. Have a good day, and, oh, yes, avoid what I call the filling in the blank syndrome. Whenever you see someone talking and you assume that you know what they're talking about, or someone gives you a certain sideways glance and you think, oh, I know what that was about, or someone is missing from church, well, I know why they're missing, or they didn't call you, well, I know why. And whenever there's a gap there of information, we tend to fill in the blanks with what we feel like goes in the blank. And I would venture to say the majority of the time we are dead wrong. It's just usually not the case. Like, people come to me before and say, I know that you're too busy for me, and you looked at me funny the other day. And I was like, I did? I always look funny. What are you talking about? And And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but they've already filled in the blank with what they assume that I'm thinking, the kind of day that I'm having. And chances are, what they're thinking is not what you think they're thinking. It's whenever that happens and you want to fill in the blank with X, Y, and Z, and you assume you know everything about a situation, um, that's where the benefit of the doubt comes in. You fill in that blank with the benefit of the doubt. You think, well, they're probably having a hard day. What they're really probably thinking is not, oh, I really hate her. Oh, I wish she hadn't looked at me, or I'm disappointed in that person. I, I don't even think like that. Chances are I'm thinking, oh, my head hurts, or I'm tired, or oh, I need to get to the bank before they close, or I wonder if I turned the iron off before I left the house, or something ridiculous, not even totally related to you. So if you're filling the blanks for people and assuming why they did that, and you're got their motives all figured out and calculated, you're not a mind reader. You don't know what they were thinking or doing. Most of the time, people are so far from. You know why we do this, and I do it. I'm guilty. Everything that I talk about, I'm still trying to achieve in my own life. So don't think I'm all preaching to you because I have it all figured out, because I do it too. But it's something that we need to be aware of, and not be falling into that trap of, well, I know why they did that. And I know why and you fill in all the blanks. But whenever you do that, what you really are making everything about you, and you're making it's because we're self-centered creatures. We really are. We think it's all about us, and we laugh about that. Oh, you think it's all about you, but we really sometimes do think it's all about us. And most of the times it's not. People have way more things to worry about, and little tiny details of life that they don't ever just sit and go, oh, I just really, don't like that person, or I'm going to avoid that person. And maybe that's just me, but I don't think most people think that way. So to give them the benefit of the doubt, they're probably having a rough day. I'm sure they didn't mean it to me, and even if they did, they'll get over it. That's silly. So just fill in the blanks with the benefit of the doubt, and assume that it's not about you, because most of the time we pin things on people that they think about us that are they would be blown away if they knew that you thought that about them. So many times I've come across people in ministry that come to me and say that they were upset about something somebody else did, and that person has no earthly idea that they've done it. And here the person over here is all tortured about it, and this person's like, la la la, what? Huh? What? And they don't even know. And so this person's held in prison over here, and this person is feeling nothing. They're clueless unless you either give them the benefit of the doubt, or you go to them and say, hey, and that's okay too. I value that. If someone in my life is questionable and I was having a rough day or feeling tired, most of the people that know me now will come to me and say, you acted kind of funny Tuesday. This is not about me, right? We're good. And that's good. I love that. That's okay. As long as you're just open and you don't go home and fill in all those private blanks and write this little book about a story that never happened. You know what I'm saying? So just go to that person and say, are we cool? Is it all right? And if they say you are, then you take them for their word. And don't be writing in these little imaginary stories, because it will bind you and put you into a trap of a whole false reality that is not even there. So I don't even know who I'm talking to, but this whole fill in the blank thing, I say it to a lot of people all the times. Say, you're not a mind reader, you don't know. Just give them the benefit of the doubt. They'll come around. It's not all about you. It's all good. So I think that's my thoughts today, is just assume the best about people, and I think that's all. You can turn it off now. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.